This is the thebisfor podcast, and I'm your host, Bria Villa. Hi, my loves. Welcome back to another episode of the thebisfor podcast. I'm your host, Bria Villa. And today, I want to talk about how successful women don't just wing it, they move with intention. This has come up a few times for me where people say, oh, talk to me about how I can set myself up for success. Talk to me about how I can create good habits. What are the things that you do in your regular routine? So we're going to get into it, okay? Common myth is girl bossing is not just about aesthetics. It's not just about looking cute on social media and fitting a certain vibe, okay? It's about discipline, it's about confidence, and it's about execution. This episode is going to be informational. It's going to be some of the things that I've learned from other great leaders who talk about this all the time. I'm going to pull nuggets from Mel Robbins, who I love so much. Dream collaboration is with Mel Robbins. I want to get her on this pod so bad. But some of the things that I learned from Mel Robbins, some things that I've learned from other great leaders like Lewis Howes in the School of Greatness, even things that I've learned from Andrew Huberman. There's just some really quick nuggets that I'm going to give to y'all that I think will help us truly become the girl bosses that we want to become. So buckle up. This episode is going to be quick. She's going to be good. She's going to be straight to the point. So today, the B is for boss. Be that girl boss that you want to be, okay? So we're going to get into it. Quick personal take. There are a few things in my routine that I started doing in the last few years have totally changed the game for me. I used to not really be intentional about my mornings, and I've realized that your mornings are so important. They will set up the way the rest of your day looks. For the days that I sleep in and don't really have an intentional morning about what I do in my routine, I will literally feel it for the rest of my day. So we're going to talk about morning routine. We're going to talk about time management. We're going to talk about confidence. We're going to talk about boundaries. And we're going to talk about consistency. Those are the points of today. We're going to make them quick. We're going to make them real. We're going to make them raw. Let's start with the top girl boss habits, okay? 1, owning your mornings. Babes, it is so important to own your mornings. I just said it. This will literally change the game for you. It'll change the way that you show up for the rest of the day. It'll change the way that you get in your flow. It'll change overall, even down to like the cortisol levels that you have can significantly be changed or impacted by the way that you own your mornings. This has been a part of my routine. I'm not going to say I'm perfect. I have been consistent and inconsistent with this throughout different phases of my life. It also just kind of depends on like how much I need to get done. So when I started doing the pod, this changed a little bit because I actually needed my phone in the mornings to like post or make sure that things are launched. But I always recommend at least the first 30 minutes of your day, no screen time. If not, the first hour of your day. The first hour of your day, no screen time, makes the biggest difference. It doesn't put your brain into like an automatic stress mode, so it'll reduce your cortisol levels, but also it allows for you to get into a state of flow more quickly. There's actually different brain waves that you have right before you're about to fall asleep and right when you wake up. So you want to make sure that right before you fall asleep or right before you wake up, you're trying to not be on your phone and be more intentional about what it is in your routine that you want to do with those first 30 minutes to an hour, because your brain is operating at a different level. You'll have higher retention, more focused. You can increase your dopamine depending on what you do within that window. So it's really, really important to leverage that window when you can. My dad used to tell me, and my dad's he has a master's in early childhood education. He's a life coach, and he taught me young, actually, that if I were, and this is while I was in school, he told me that if I really wanted to retain information, to study, like do flashcards or something, or read something right before I go to bed and right when I wake up, because that's when my brain is most likely to retain it based on science. So I find that very interesting. But own your mornings. Try not to have screen time. Do not pick up your phone, babe. Do not pick up your phone and scroll on TikTok right away. You are like screwing your day up. You are absolutely f***ing your brain. Okay? You are genuinely not giving yourself a advantage to your day, because you are immediately forcing yourself to experience 10, 15, 20 different emotions, depending on how many TikToks you get through, all within seconds. So your stress levels are going to shoot up because you are literally trying to download so many different pieces of information. You haven't even processed how you feel yet. So stop scrolling right off the rip, okay? Also, set a little routine for yourself. Mine has changed over time, but right now what my routine is and what I've primarily stuck to over the last few years is I journal every single morning. It's one of the first things I do. I have a 5-minute gratitude journal. I will link it in my bio below. I have gone through, I'm about to buy my 5th one, and they have enough pages to last, I think, 6 months. So I've been doing it for at least 2 years, if not longer. I started journaling in 2021, but I would say the last few years I've gotten really consistent. Like, I do not go a day without journaling at this point. Like, it is rare that I miss it. So I always start with a journal. I write down the things I'm grateful for, what's going to make today a good day, and then a positive affirmation. Every single day, every single morning before I touch my phone, I always get my journal. Next is I meditate. Even if it's for 5 minutes, I will still be laying in bed. I sometimes go to my phone because I need to turn on my meditation, but I don't go on any other apps or anything. I go straight to either YouTube. My Aura Ring has meditation, like guided meditations built into the app. And then I've used the Calm app at certain points. And I used to really like Headspace. I haven't used it in a while, but plenty of places. Honestly, I say YouTube for guided meditation because it's free and people upload some of the best guided meditations I've used on there. So I go on there and usually I'll like pick it out the night before or have an idea of the type of meditation I want to do in the morning. Or there's some that I know that I really like and I just like repeat those. But I journal, I meditate immediately. And then I always, like, it is rare unless I need to change my sheets that day, I always make my bed. Always make my bed. There's like some wild stat. Let me look it up real quick. Research suggests that making your bed every morning is correlated with a higher likelihood to becoming a millionaire. Some studies indicate that those who make their bed are up to 206% more likely to be millionaires. So the idea of getting up and having it a part of your routine and making sure that your space and the energy you're sitting within is cleanly and put together and intentional is important. So I wake up every morning, I journal, I meditate, I make my bed without fail. Like, this is so routine to me. It's so important. And then obviously there's other aspects of your day that will help you really set yourself up for success and get you on the right track. So for me, obviously brushing my teeth, doing my skincare routine really helps me lock in and get my day set. Some days I go without doing my full skincare routine in the morning and whatever, that's fine. But the 3 like non-negotiables: journal, meditate, make my bed. Meditate also is like interchangeable or coincides with prayer. So like I'll meditate, I'll say some prayers, I'll do some affirmations. Like that's always kind of mixed together. So when I say meditation, it's kind of a blend of all those things. But without fail, that's a part of my morning routine. I do not play about that. Another thing that Andrew Huberman taught me is that if you're able to get direct sunlight, everybody has different variations of sunlight depending on where you live, the time zone you're in, the part of the, etc., the globe you're in. But if you can get direct sunlight in your eyes for 10 minutes in the morning, it restarts your circadian rhythm and gives you energy and sets you up for more energy throughout the day. I find that very interesting. Any chance that I get to do that, I do it. He says not even to do it through a window. He says to actually like get outside and get direct sunlight in your eyes and on your skin. And the days that I do it, I feel instantly better. But I'm also a sunshine girl, so I just love it. But something cool that he taught me, I think it's good for morning routines. So if you can't do that, studies show it literally resets your circadian rhythm, which is for women especially very important. So yeah, girl, get up, own your mornings, set the tone for the day, have a morning routine. Next is time management. Now that you have a morning routine, high value tasks first. There was this term that I heard a long time ago. I don't know who made this up, and it is the weirdest phrase, but it's eat the frog first. I don't know who said this. I need to look up who said that. But eat the frog first. It basically means the things that you don't want to do, the things that are going to be the hardest to do first. The hardest thing for me to do was go work out. Now I look forward to my workouts, so like I can do them later in the day and it doesn't bother me, but there was a time that getting up and working out was difficult, so I would always have to do it first thing. Like I would wake up at 5 a.m., I would go get a workout in. That way I knew the rest of the day I wouldn't have to worry about doing the thing that's hard. So do the hard tasks first, whether that means there are certain things if you're a mom and there's breakfast to be made and laundry to do and things that you need to do for yourself, do it before the kids get up. Or if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, line up certain tasks that aren't just busy work, but like actually the hard things that you have to do and do them first thing once you wake up. It just helps like get your system going. You get the hard things out of the way, and then the rest of the day is time for busy work or whatnot. I am someone who firmly lives off their calendar. If it is not in my calendar, it is not happening. If it's not in my calendar, it doesn't exist. It is so out of sight, out of mind for me. I literally, like, I can show y'all. I even make to-do lists every single day. Literally today, my to-do list, down to a T, like breakfast, bar, Whole Foods, shower, get ready, strategize, film, pod, edit, dinner, pack. Like, I will do this so that I make sure that there's something that is holding me accountable to all the things that I have to do. It's also, I just have ADHD, so like sometimes I'll get down a tangent and start doing something, but this is literally a lifesaver. So if it's not on your calendar, it don't exist. If you haven't written it down, if you don't have a plan for your day, it's not going to happen. So the things that are important, build them out, line them up. Time management is power moves. I'll say it again. Time management is power moves. Then obviously if there's things that you don't get to, you know that they're lower on your priority list, add them to tomorrow's list or add them to next week's list if you know that they're not going to get done today. But time management is huge. Also, no energy leaks. Like if someone's FaceTiming you first thing in the morning to talk about how their life is going, tell them you'll call them later. Like you got stuff to do today. I definitely save my personal phone calls for later in the day because there's a lot of things that I need to get done before that. Then number 3, confidence comes from competence. Learn one thing daily. One thing. Whether you listen to a book or read a book. I listen to books on Audible or on Blinkist. I've talked about that before. Books, podcasts, mentor, something. Learn something new and credible. Emphasis on credible. TikTok teaches you a lot of stuff. Like I joke TikTok University is a real thing. But just make sure that you're like fact checking it because people be on there lying. Okay. So don't trust every like source that you get just because it comes from TikTok. I actually will go and like research stuff to make sure that I'm not just like believing what people tell me. But learn one thing daily. One thing. Right now, I am trying to work on my Spanish. And so I built like a little Quizlet flashcard deck. And like in my time in between meetings or whatever, I'll just like scroll through it to make sure that I'm learning my vocabulary and that I'm like remembering certain things. Learn one thing daily because you don't just wake up confident. You build it. All these little nuggets that I just dropped of what Andrew Huberman said about your circadian rhythm, it's because I learned that and I feel confident in saying that actually can be beneficial and help you in your routine, right? Telling someone, hey, make sure that you spend your mornings with intention, but not actually having the resources to back it up, I'm going to be way less confident in saying that because I don't have the competence to back it up. So learn something new every day and then use that to boost your confidence. I really think that the more knowledgeable you become, the more confident you show up in rooms. So one small thing every single day. If you haven't learned something today, what are you doing with your time? And if you're listening to this podcast and you're learning something from it, comment and let me know what you learned. Okay, period. Then the 4th habit of a girl boss, boundaries is boss girl energy. Saying no to time wasters, energy drainers, and people who aren't aligned to you is the best thing that you can do for yourself. It'll keep you on track. I have a whole episode about boundaries. So if you haven't listened to that yet, go listen to it. I'm probably going to do another episode about how to set more clear boundaries. But the last episode that I talk about boundaries, I talk to you about the boundaries that I have in my life, what I'm adamant about, and they genuinely help me. For example, my phone is on Do Not Disturb right now. That way I can really lock in. I also have an app blocker that's turned on that literally will show you that I cannot open Instagram or TikTok right now. Okay. Then another boundary is, to me, being very clear with people and what you want and what you hope to achieve is only going to bring the right people into your life. Protecting your time is protecting your success. Like, you are setting yourself up to find more success when you're not wasting your times with things that aren't aligned to you. I'll literally give you an example of a text that I sent someone today. I said, and I quote, this is a text I literally sent today. Okay. I said, respectfully, I don't have time for games or empty conversations. Not personal to you. I have a lot going on right now, and I know what I want in my life at this point. So if it's not coming correct, it's not getting my time. Period. Okay? If you're not coming correct, you're not getting my time. I have things to do. Boundaries is big boss girl energy, honey. Okay? We got stuff to do. We have things to accomplish. We have goals to get. So don't be sitting here wasting time texting a man who's talking to you about nothing, or texting whoever who's talking to you about nothing. Okay? Boundaries, babe. They're important, they're needed, and they are what is going to get you to the next level. It is a boss girl habit. Okay? Fifth, consistency over motivation. My word for this year is discipline. The difference between women who make it versus those who don't are the women who do it anyway. The women who show up when it's hard and do it anyway. The women who show up when they're tired and do it anyway. The women who show up when they don't want to show up, but they know that they should, so they do it anyway. I am not going to lie to you. I just wrapped up a phone call with my mom before filming this episode, and she was like, I literally don't know how you do it. And I was like, Mom, I'm not going to lie to you. I really don't feel like filming today. I am so tired. I have a massive headache right now. These lights are not making it any better. My head is literally pounding. But I know that because I have so much coming up and so many things to do, it's not a matter of if I want to do it or when I want to do it or when I can find time to do it. It's the fact that I have to do it now, so I'm doing it anyway. Like, if I'm not doing it now, it means that in 2 weeks from now, when I'm back from traveling and all this, I'm going to be super rushed to be able to film another episode. I'm not even doing that to myself. So I, to be honest with you, didn't want to show up today. I didn't want to film this episode because I'm so tired and my head hurts, but I'm doing it anyways. And I'm showing up with energy and I'm showing up with enthusiasm. Why? Because you're showing up to listen. If you are listening to this episode, I want to give you the experience that you deserve to get. So I'm going to do it anyways. Boss girl energy. That's what we do. We do the hard things when it's hard because we're consistent. Consistency over motivation. My motivation today was at 0, Buki. I literally went for a walk to try and get my energy up. Walking, by the way, good part of my routine, something that I love doing. It's literally when I have raw conversations with God. If people see me walking, I literally am, it looks like I'm talking to myself, but I'm literally just talking to God and like having a full-blown conversation out loud with God. But if someone saw me, they'd think I'm nuts because I literally just talk on my walks. No headphones, no phone call, nothing. Like, I just be yapping. It's between me and the creator. Walks really help me get my dopamine going, get my energy going, etc. Getting fresh air, having a good conversation with God. And when I was on my walk, I was like, give me the topic that I'm going to talk about today. I literally knew that I had to film today and could not figure out what topic I wanted to cover. And then it came to me during my walk, which is a huge part of my routine. I walk often. And then I was like, but I'm tired. So like, give me the strength to be able to get through this episode. And here I am. So showing up and being consistent, super crucial, big girl boss energy, and also a good habit to get into. Obviously, there's going to be times where consistency falters. Like, you're not going to be perfect. But at the end of the day, these are the habits that I think will really help you. operate in your day-to-day, and also be the girl boss that you want to be. So let's recap. There's 5 of them. Owning your mornings, time management, confidence, boundaries, consistency. Simple. Simple, quick, easy. Hard truth. What's keeping you stuck is you're waiting to feel ready. You are never going to feel ready. I hate to break it to you. There are times in life where you will feel more ready or less ready, depending on the situation, but there will never be a time in your life where you are 100% ready for what you're looking for, because nobody is. So you're spending more time overthinking instead of executing. Do it scared. Do it unprepared sometimes. Try your best to prepare. But at the end of the day, sometimes you just got to do shit. Do it scared. Do it tired. Do it anyway. I was just talking about being consistent. Just do it anyway. You're getting stuck because you're overthinking and you're getting analysis paralysis. And you're like, I don't know if I should start vlogging. I don't know if I should start making a TikTok. I don't know if I should start this new job. I don't know if I should write my resume and kind of explore new things. I don't know if I should start this new business. I don't know if I should explore my spirituality. I don't know if I should value or look into the value that this friendship brings me. I don't know if I should start therapy. Babes, if you're asking yourself the question, if the idea is in your mind, stop overthinking it and start executing. Try. You're getting stuck because you're literally getting analysis paralysis. Just do it. Literally just do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I've talked about this on multiple episodes. Progression over perfection. I promise you, if you're hearing my whole morning routine and you're like, oh my God, meditation is so hard for me. Journaling is so hard for me. Making my bed, I don't even know if I could do all 3 of those things. Choose one. Choose one and stick to it. One thing that I used to do to get myself in a habit is I would put a glass of water next to my bed, and every morning, if I did nothing else, I would have to chug that glass of water first thing. Before I grab my phone, before I do anything else, I would have to drink that whole glass of water. If that is all you can do and all you can stay consistent to, do it. You don't have to boil the ocean. All you have to do is just do one small task, and then it will lead to, okay, now for the last 30 days, I've been drinking this glass of water before I do anything else, before I pick up my phone. I could probably start journaling, or I can make sure that my bed is made. If you do nothing else but make your bed, you're already 10 steps ahead of most people, literally. Move like the woman you want to become. If you want a different life, you have to start acting like the version of yourself that already has it. Show up as her. And here's the thing, if you don't feel like you can, if you don't feel like you have the confidence for it, go back to habit number 3, which is confidence comes from competence. Learn something new every day. Everything that I just walked through with you, if you feel like there's nothing else that you can do, but just learn one thing new every day, again, you are 10 steps ahead of the next person. That confidence will come, and then you'll be able to show up like her. You'll be able to show up like the girl boss you want to be. Anything that you desire can and will be yours. You just have to put the effort in, and then you also have to have the faith in yourself. So I feel like those habits are a really good way to just stay on track, lock in, and be the girly that you want to be. So my challenge to you this week is pick one habit that I just went through and do it every day for a week. That's it. If you want it to be having a morning routine, do it every day for a week. If you want it to be learning something new, do it every day for a week. If you want to make sure that you set boundaries, find a way to set a boundary, or practice reflection on what boundaries you need to set every day for a week. I'm not asking you to change your life overnight. I'm just saying do something small and do it every day for a week. That's it. And then do it again. So 2 things that I think kind of have helped me do the hard things when I need to is one thing that Mel Robbins taught me, which is the 5-second rule. It's an old book that she wrote. I think it's really helpful. Sometimes I use it just to get myself to go when it's really hard to, which is you count backwards from 5 to 1. So in the morning when it's really hard to get out of bed, I literally will start going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move. You count backwards from 5 to 1, and then you move your body. Even if it means sticking your arm out of the covers, and then the rest of your body follows. Even if it means just putting your feet on the ground. Give yourself that 5-second countdown, and it'll help you put things into action. So when you're starting your morning routine, do a countdown. Another thing that Ed Mylett taught me is the power of one more. It's something that his dad taught him, Ed Mylett. is a coach. He has a famous podcast, super successful guy. And his dad taught him, you don't have to have a whole plan for the future. Just do it one more time. If you're trying to stop drinking, just go one more day without drinking. I'm not saying go 20 years without drinking. I'm saying one more day. And then when you get to that one more day, tell yourself, okay, one more day. Just one day that I can do this. So when you're doing this routine for a week, just one more day of journaling. And then the next day, just one more day of journaling. And then the next day. And like repeat it to yourself. That way you're not sitting here thinking, oh, I have to do this for a whole week. Okay, well, do it today. And then when you wake up tomorrow, tell yourself again, just one more. And then watch how you will start to find flow. So love those two people. I think that they've said incredible things on both of their podcasts. They've given me such good tips, and I literally use them on a regular. All that being said, I hope that you got really good nuggets from today. I hope that this was motivational, inspiring. I hope that you feel like you can go be the girl boss that you want to be, because you can. You already are her. You just need to build some habits to get into the flow of truly being her. And for a layer of accountability, because your challenge is to pick one habit and apply it, I want you to also DM me. I want you to DM me which one that you're committing to, and I will hold you accountable. I will literally hold you accountable, and we can be accountability buddies. I will send you a picture of my morning routine. I will let you know one thing I learned that day. Whatever it may be, we can hold each other accountable, because I want to see you level up and I want to level up too. So today, the B is for boss. Go be the girl boss that you want to be. Do not hold back. Do one thing this week every single day, and I promise you that you will feel so good when the week ends. And make sure that you DM me and let me know what you're doing, and we can hold each other accountable. But thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you liked this week's episode. Share it with a friend. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all the things. Y'all know the deal. But until next week, I hope that you have an amazing week. Be great. Be intentional. Be the girl boss that you want to be. See you next week.